Hello, and welcome back to the Master Trams YouTube channel, where today we are finishing off the job that I started about 4 months ago. So, for context, in January this year, I downloaded a map that Zest Husky first played on his YouTube channel about a decade ago at this point. And in the decade since, there have been loads of updates to the game. So, I am taking this decade-old map, updating it, and expanding it as well. So the first 4 episodes in January were all focused on the Southern Mainline, which wasn't really a thing in his map. Like, this is my own creation that I'm basically adapting old minor lines and trying to create a unified mainline. Kind of like what they did with the West Coast mainline, I think, in the early 1800s. A bunch of separate railways that they joined together to make one seamless mainline. Anyway, so this video is the second part of the 2-parter that I started in January, where we are looking at Flunfingfield Station, which is the biggest town and the busiest station on the map. And so yeah, we did the station and the northern approach lines last time. We also built a freight bypass tunnel, which I'm quite proud of. Yeah, and now we are finishing that job off, which mostly involves elongating the station throats to have a proper ladder, which is what modern day railways tend to use, because you know, like diamond crossings or whatever the word is. I don't know, but the one where you can both keep going and also turn. Oh, double slip points, that's it. Yeah, those are ridiculously expensive to maintain. So, in general, we don't use those in railways nowadays. Yeah, so the northern throat was relatively easy. I already knew which 2 were going to be the express tracks, and so yeah, making the ladder was quite easy. The southern throat, however, is a bit more of a pain. In that, well, there are all these extra feeder lines, and also the southern mainline tracks don't quite line up with the express platforms. So the solution I eventually came up with, which I'm quite happy with, is to almost like split the station so that the sort of commuter line tracks can access every single platform, all 10 of them, I think. Whereas the Southern Main Line can only access the 4 platforms and the 3 easternmost terminals and platforms. Yeah, this works quite well because Flunfingfield isn't going to be a terminus on the Southern Main Line, so it doesn't really need the space. By and large, just use 3 platforms. So then, what else has been going on now that I've given you a rundown of what this time lapse is about? Well, like I said at the end of last week's episode, I have moved house and it's gone pretty well, I think. Settled down in my new job, and yeah, life's good. That's why I can return to doing this now. But with that, obviously, last week's episode was a Minecraft video from M4J's Somerset server using the fantastic MTR mod. Yeah, so the thing I plan to do with that is I plan to put more effort into the creative side of those videos, so they won't come out as often. Like lucky, maybe once a month, possibly even less than that. But I think DTD Zest Husky will be the bread and butter of this channel going forward for the time being. But yeah, so other than that, it's pretty mundane. Except for one thing, handle. Now, you will all know that I am a massive fan of handle, and I've got a weird attachment to the British national handle team. I don't know, I'm a sucker for an underdog. Anyway, the British handball team have finally won our first trophy. The men's team, that is. Because in, I want to say March or April, we won the IHF, so the International Handball Federation's Emerging Nations Championship. And that title kind of tells you where Britain is in the handball pecking order. Like, we are very much like a San Marino or Andorra or a Faroe Islands, if you look for comparison in football, where we're not great, but we're better than the very worst teams. Anyway, the reason this is a time lapse is because my microphone decided to not turn on when I recorded the footage. So, because I'm feeling a tad guilty about that, I am going to be doing a live segment, well, live-ish, of, you know, like not a time lapse, where I look at some more egregious usage of trains. And this is the completed Flunfingfield Station. So if I just unpause it now. Yeah, I mean, let's ignore the queues, but that will go away with time. Right, anyway. So, I mean, this is a really last minute edition. Like, you're hopefully watching this at midday on Saturday. If you're watching this on demand, then hello to future me. Yeah, and meanwhile, I'm recording this at 10:30 on Friday night, so less than 14 hours before it's published. Let's see if I can get it out on time. This is probably the closest you will get to a live stream from me for a very long time. Right, anyway, so in this section, we are going to be looking at some pretty egregious uses, namely this one. 19 trains, like, it really does not need that. No, although 16, because that's not out of date. Yeah, so where does this one run from? Sarnway to Sutway. Okay. Oh, so that runs straight through the middle. So it runs from Sarnway down here, up along in fact it runs along the Southern Main Line all the way to Flunfingfield and Renfrewbourne. And I'm going to guess it goes via... oh no, it goes via Tunfing Way, okay. Then through Printingworth, then Little Hardham, and yeah, Sutway. So anyway, oh, there's the finances. Yeah, we're still hemorrhaging money, but I have figured out why we are hemorrhaging money, and we are going to fix that next episode. So you can look forward to that. Right, anyway, so it's 18. Okay, so one's gone. So let's just fast forward now. Not in-game, do it in the editing. Okay, so let's just fast forward now until there's only one vehicle left. Okay, no, I'm not waiting that long. Okay, so trains are still moving, just about. Okay, so there goes a train into the depot. What's happening? Yeah, it's just clogged, but this will get better with time. So wait, oh, let's at least wait until our train 16 has made it into Renfrewbourne. So it looks like it's finally beginning to unclog. No, okay. That was not what I anticipated. Yeah, the microphone is working. So yeah, we're going to do a bit more waiting now. Woohoo! We're now in Renfingbourne. So now let's do a hard cut, and I'll see you when there's only one vehicle left, and we can begin the process of fixing this service. Right, so the last train is just arriving into the depot, and it's gone. So now I'm going to start by making sure every single one of these orders is non-stop. We're already at 12 minutes. Blimey. Oh no, that's recording time. There'll be edits to be made. Yeah. And if I can get this done before it reaches Sarnway, which, yeah, I will do, then we can do a nice little time lapse. Wait, do I want to do a time lapse of the timetabling run or the finished run? Don't know. Anyway, right, now what did I do for the timetable for, is it this one? Yeah, did I? Yes, I did round. Right, and it was 5 minutes to turn around. Yeah, 5 minutes to turn around. Right, okay. So I'll see you in a moment. So, that is another episode done. Now I've got to go and edit this quickly and upload it before I go to bed, so yeah. Anyway, so because of the clog between Renfrewbourne and Flunfingfield, I have needed to use 9 trains for this service, whereas I reckon we could probably get away with like 4 or 5 once the bottleneck is sorted out. But yeah, no, so until next time, please like the video, share it with your friends, and subscribe to the channel. In the description you'll find a link to my Discord server, and you'll find references to all the music I use. And until next time, stay safe.